Hi, everyone. This is Dr. Katherine Kelly, and I just wanted to share my excitement about something that I have noticed over probably the last 3 or 4 weeks, and it might have been happening longer than that, and I think it has, just not as much. But what I've been noticing is that people are using the word soul more. Now, granted, I talk about the soul all the time, you know, kind of as a soul specialist with my soul health model and doing all the soul healing work that I do from the soul side. You know, I use the word soul a lot, but what I'm hearing people do in my practice and in my conversations with folks is that they are starting to use the word soul more often. And that really does my heart good, because if I could resurrect the soul, as Larry Dossey said about my book, to its rightful place in life, I would have everybody talking about their soul. I would have everybody using that access or that reference to get to that deepest part of themselves. You know, I have a client who would have been the last person I would have ever guessed would have talked about soul. He says he's not very religious, not very spiritual. Well, he's not religious at all, but he's not very spiritual at all. He grew up in a Jewish faith, but really doesn't practice it. And really what's been interesting is that over the last probably 2 months, I've really heard him use the word soul much more often. So whether it's talking about how he's learning to listen to his soul, feed his soul, it's beautiful, because again, like I said, this is the last person I would have thought that would have started using that language. Now, I've had other people talking about, gosh, oh, my soul is aching right now, or, you know, I've started to listen to my soul and things are lining up, or, you know, I keep hearing all of this, and it's wonderful, because to me, if I could get every single person on this planet talking about their souls again, thinking about their soul, really referencing their soul, it would be taking us full circle back to where we started, meaning that native cultures always talked about that deepest part of them and how it was connected with spirit, with the earth, with other spiritual entities or leaders or others, the community. And frankly, we as a society in America don't do that. And so it's just exciting for me to hear that people really are kind of bringing that word back. And, you know, the more I work, the more I want people to really reference that, because when we get down to that essence of who we are, when we get down to our soul, we line up. Everything lines up. You know, I've been using the examples lately of, I've had several clients, you know, I do a lot of work with emotional eating situations and issues. I've had several people lose over 100 pounds because as they used my soul health model and realized, wait a minute, it's not about the food, it's about everything else in my life that's not aligned and not fitting who I am, and I'm living for someone else, not for myself, or gosh, I've been pretending all of my life about this or that. Or gosh, I've been, you know, not balancing out my life. You know, people are starting to line up. So that whole aligning with spirit for radiant living thing comes true, and it's being proven, which is fantastic. And so it's really cool for me to see this evolving, because again, I've had the soul health model probably about 10 years now. Really started working with it after I published my book 4 years ago, but I'll tell you, it's so refreshing to hear people start using that word soul, because they're using it spontaneously. They're integrating it into who they are and how they see the world and how they experience the world. And I would love to hear from you to see how you use the word. Are you using the word? Are you becoming more aware of your soul? Are you getting to that very essence of who you are, and are you aligning? So as the soul goes mainstream, I would love to hear how it's going mainstream for you too, because I think it's a wonderful thing, and it's how I certainly try to live my life and practice what I preach as much as possible. But I would love to hear from you, and really, you know, I want to hear how you're using the word, and if you're not using the word, maybe we should start using the word. So hope you have a wonderful day. Help that soul go mainstream, and I'll see you next week. Thanks.